Hey scrappers, it's the Shark. Well, we all know that there's steel, insulated copper wire, and ballasts in those fluorescent fixtures. Let's take a deep dive into the sockets and see how we get the brass and copper out of them. Come on, let's dive in. Don't forget, the safest way to watch for this shark is to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you hit the like button and the bell so you don't miss a single episode. And be nice to your friends and tell them about the shark and how to keep an eye on this channel as well. Alright, so with a lot of homeowners and businesses upgrading to LED lights, we're starting to see more fluorescent fixtures in the scrap and the trash. So you've heard a lot of folks talk about taking the ballasts off of them and then selling the frames for steel, and that there's brass inside the connectors. There'll be two of these connectors at either end with the fluorescent tube in the middle. So I thought I'd just take a minute and talk about the brass that's inside the fixture end here. The ones that I've been picking up all seem very similar. We've got this paper held on with a big paper clip. So what I found works is I just take my screwdriver, get in behind that paper clip, and pull it up. Then I can take an edge cutter and just peel that off. You can throw this in, I guess, with your metal bucket if you want, or trash. I throw it in my metal bucket because I figure it's just a little bit of paper with a big steel paper clip. Now, I've been getting two varieties. This variety is actually, it works better if I use a screwdriver to just get in here and pop off that one end like that. There you go. And then I get in here on this side and again pop up the one end, pop out the other end. They both sort of kind of come out. Sometimes you need to get in there with the pliers, the edge grips, and give a little extra help to pull that end out. Now you've got trash plastic. There's your brass. And don't lose the copper wire that's inside of there because you'll want that. It's insulated copper wire, but it's only usually going to be a little bit of insulation on the end of the copper wire. So there you go. You get a nice little bit of copper out of that. You should be able to pull it off nicely with your fingers, but if you can't, then you just take a pair of pliers on either end and pull it apart. Trash. All right, so let's see what kind this is going to be. Pop off the paper clip, give it a peel back. All right, so this is I found a couple of different varieties. This variety here, what I find is since I already have the edge cutters in my hand, I'll just reach in here like this and give that a little squeeze. It pops it off of what's holding it in place, and then I end up with that one. Right. That one. The copper wire falls into my hand. And these don't want to come off too easy, so we just take needle nose on one end, grab hold of the copper wire, take some head grips, whatever grip you have available, pull off that insulation, and there you go. You've got the insulation and the little piece of copper. So this is, a fun little thing. You can either process these at the same time when you when you're scrapping out the light, or you just accumulate some of these in a bucket and use those for your rainy day projects. There you go. Folks like Canadian Treasure Hunter and my friends up north, their rainy days tend to be a little more uncomfortable than mine down here in North Florida. So maybe they want to have something saved up that they can still be doing some productive work, but they can get in out of the cold rain, the really cold rain that they have to put up with, that I don't usually have to contend with, although it is getting a little chilly down here. Hope my friends up north don't get upset with me. We got down in last night, it was about 47. All right, so Floridians don't like anything with a 4 or a 3 in front of it. So This is right now, today, it's kind of rainy and chilly, so I'm just puttering with some stuff that I can do inside, not on the tailgate of the truck. There we go. That one's done. And there's the copper bits that came out of it. And the insulation is coming off pretty easy with this one. Okay. Came off easy with one of them anyway. The others we will have to take hold of. I'm going to use my smaller grips. Those big grips were just kind of clunky. There we go. Alright, so there's the last one. We'll just get it done while we're on this. And alright, so you just peel up the paper, get behind that paper clip, pop that paper clip off, come back in, take some edge cutters or pliers, get in here and peel that back so it pops off. And these are a little bit wide for my edge cutter that I had in my hand, so I'll just take my screwdriver and pop these guys up. Now I can get hold of them. They're still a little bit hard to get out with my fingers, so I'll take my edge cutters and just give them a little peel like that. See? That releases the copper wire. There you go, there's the brass. The copper wire was released, and look at that, it even peeled off the insulation at the same time. Alright, so when we do this, oh, there's still another piece of, always make sure, I found every now and then a piece of copper wire hangs in there, so you want to watch for that, otherwise you're just throwing away copper wire that you were trying to get. Alright, you should get at least 2 pieces of copper wire out of each one. There you go. Alright, so we end up with a nice little pile of some brass fixtures. You know, like we like to say, it all adds up, and you're going to end up with this stuff anyway, so you might as well put it together. So you end up with a little pile of brass, you end up with a little bit of copper. Throw in the appropriate copper bucket, and there you have it. It turns out that the fluorescent light fixtures are a pretty good scrap. Don't mess with the tube. I asked the electricians, I've asked a couple electricians what are they doing with the tubes, and they say, well, they just leave it for the homeowner to throw away. You know, there you go. Other than the tubes, though, the light fixtures are actually very recyclable, with the steel frame, the ballasts. Okay, the ballast, the steel frame, the insulated copper wire, and then the brass and the copper that you get from the plug-ins where the tubes plug in. Alright, hope you enjoyed this quick little scrap, and we will be talking with you all again next time.